Welcome back to yet another episode of This Week in Wall Street History. I'm your host, James Sweeney, reporting live from the floor of the New York Stock Exchange, the financial capital of the world. Now, the Ford Motor Company is one of the world's largest corporations. It's an American automaking giant based out of Dearborn, Michigan, a suburb of Detroit. Now, the Ford Motor Company was created on June 17, 1903 by Sir Henry Ford, as well as 11 other associates that filed papers of incorporation within the state of Michigan for a total of $28,000 in cash. At the time of its incorporation, it was a small operation working out of a converted Detroit wagon shop staffed with almost 10 people. Later, Ford realized it would be better if he himself manufactured all of his company's automotive parts. Now, instead of using parts for aftermarket sources, this then spawned the creation of the assembly line in 1908. The moving assembly line was perhaps Ford Motor Company's single greatest contribution to the automotive manufacturing process. First implemented at the Highland Park plant in Michigan, this new technique allowed individual workers to stay in one place and perform the same task repeatedly on multiple vehicles that passed by them. Now, the moving assembly line created by Ford was tremendously effective, and it made the company far surpass all of its expectations in production capabilities for the first few years. Henry Ford's methods then became known around the world as Fordism by the year 1914. After the success of the moving assembly line, Henry Ford had another transformative idea. In January 1914, he startled the world by announcing that the Ford Motor Company would pay $5 a day to its workers. The pay increase would also be accompanied by a shorter workday, this time from 9 to 8 hours. While this rate did not automatically apply to every worker, it more than doubled the average auto worker's wage. Henry Ford was 40 years old when he founded the Ford Motor Company, which would go on to become one of the world's largest and most profitable companies. Today, the Ford Motor Company is the second largest manufacturer of automobiles in the United States and the fifth largest in the world. In terms of vehicle sales for the year 2010, by the end of the year, full-time employees reached a total of 164,000 and revenue came in at $128,954,000. And until next week, I'm your host, James Sweeney, saying thank you for watching yet another episode of This Week in Wall Street History.